The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. Sorry about my voice. Wonders they say shall never cease to happen in Africa. That people sit outside of the continent and still claim ownership of everything that is here. Whatever that we will find on our continent belongs to them. And it's so amazing. This is the reason to which we are fighting for leaders who can help us stop all these things that these people are doing to Africans. France is claiming ownership of the oil in Senegal. Senegal is in big trouble. We thought that Faye was a leader who was coming to fight to set the people free. But we have realized that Faye is a puppet. It's like you can be under the system called democracy and the organization called ECOWAS, and you will be able to do anything meaningful for your people. After the protests in France, the new one that was just elected is saying that with the oil that has been discovered in Senegal, France has to come in and take control over the oil. If not, there will be terrorist activities in Senegal. So for that matter, France has to save Senegal by taking control over the oil. Where have you heard this? This is unbelievable. So indirectly, France is exposing itself by telling us that wherever there are resources that they have interest in, they have to go there, destabilize the country. If not, why will you say that? Because there is oil in Senegal, we'll find terrorist activities just like we are seeing in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Must everything that we find in Africa belong to you? Is the continent yours? Why should Senegal discover oil and terrorist activities will start there?
Breaking news. Senegal has just discovered massive oil reserves and production has already begun. This discovery is supposed to be a blessing that could make Senegal one of Africa's richest nations. But now, danger is coming from outside. In France, the new Prime Minister was heard in a national meeting saying that France can help Senegal in mining this oil. He said it like a friendly offer, but many Africans are asking, is this really help, or is it another way for France to steal what belongs to Africa? For years, France has been accused of exploiting African resources, and now people fear the same thing is about to happen again. Senegal's oil is worth billions of dollars, and if managed well, it could build schools, hospitals, jobs, and a strong future for its people. But if France gets involved, many believe Senegal could lose control of its own wealth. The Prime Minister's words have already sparked anger across Africa. People are warning Senegal to protect its oil at all costs. This is not just about Senegal, it's about Africa's freedom, Africa's dignity, and Africa's fight to keep its resources for its own people. Will Senegal stand strong and protect its oil, or will history repeat itself with France taking the lion's share? The world is watching.
Guys, Senegal is in danger. Senegal is in danger. I would like you to share this video to go across board. Repost and share. Repost and share. And if you know anyone from Senegal in particular, share it with them. And if you know any Senegalese, be it their PM, be it their president, tag them under this video and let them know that they need to sit up. For those who do not know, recently Senegal discovered enough reserves of oil in their country. And because of that, take a listen to what the new Prime Minister of France that was just appointed last week after the protest kicked the old one out. Listen to what he had to say about Senegal's oil. For example, Senegal, which has discovered crude oil and will soon be an oil production country. And they will soon be exposed to important terrorist attacks. So either we tap the crude oil on their behalf, or we do it side by side with them, or we allow them to do it. However, we know the consequences that would follow. So as you guys heard from his mouth, he is saying that Senegal has discovered crude oil and they are exposed to important terrorist attacks. Who told him? Who told him? Who told this guy that Senegal, because they have discovered oil, they are exposed to important terrorist attacks? If that is not their plan, you see how terrible it is. Any African country that discovers anything, if they refuse, that they don't want to work with these Western people, especially this France, they become a target. That is what has been going on in the South. You see how they are openly telling us that it's either they drill their crude oil on behalf of Senegal. Just listen, guys. You have your oil. France is saying that it's either they drill it for you or they drill it by your side. So either they come in and extract your oil or they do it with you, or in any case, you can go ahead and do it and then you would face the consequences. Guys, this just made me very, very mad. I came across this and I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is terrible. Like, this particular country does not want to let go of French-speaking countries at all. We are calling on the Senegalese president and his prime minister. We know that you guys at some point you mess up, but this is where Africans are going to know if you truly want to stand as a sovereign country or not. Guys, tag them on this video and tell them that we are looking up to see if this time around they are going to prove to us that they are puppets or not. A prime minister of a different country cannot stand and make these kind of statements and you take it lie low. We are not going to take it from these guys. The government of Senegal must prove to France that they are sovereign. They are supposed to be the ones in control of their natural resources and not France. Now, my question is, could this be why they invited him to France last month? To start warning him that if you do not allow us to do it, then you are going to be in trouble. Your country is going to be in trouble. Put your armed forces to alert. Secure your country from the seas to the mountains to the valleys, and anyone that they dare to make them cause confusion in Senegal, you know what to do. Government of Senegal, Bassirou Diomaye Faye, Ousmane Sonko, and your entire government, Africa is looking up to you this time around. We're going to see if you would bow down to this open threat to let you know that you don't have control of your own resources. This is terrible. People of Senegal, you need to stand up and support your government. You need to stand up and say no to these imperialistic ideas that they keep pushing down our throats all the times. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I am so mad. I'm not even going to lie to you.
These are the things that our leaders are so much aware. ECOWAS knows that this is what these oppressors are doing to us. They are the reason to which we are having this destabilization. So the moment Senegal refuses to allow France to have its way, like the Sierra Leone president said, we will start seeing terrorist activities in Senegal. Senegal will no longer be the peaceful Senegal that we used to know, because Senegal says no. But it is going to be yes, because we know the leader that they have is a puppet. Recently, he went to France, begging France. I don't get it. That because there is oil that has been discovered, if France don't come in to take control over the resources to use to benefit and change the fate of France, Senegal will suffer. Senegal will no longer be at peace. There will be destabilization. Where have you heard this? Why is it that when the West and America discover something, we don't see these activities there? But the moment Africa discovers anything, then we start to have terrorist activities. And now they are saying this to our face. But AU and ECOWAS will hear this and they will say nothing. They will never question France for saying this. Then when Senegal refuses, or when we get a leader who will stand up and say no to this, and then they start to fight against France, ECOWAS will be quick in giving sanctions to that leader. African Union will be quick in doing same. So we are the reason to which we are not progressing, because we have the right to say no to these things. These people are not hiding. France is in bankruptcy. So France is looking for other opportunities, and boom, they've seen this to be a remedy, a savior, to save them from whatever crisis that they are in. So Africa is the reason to why these people are progressing. Like, this is so heartbreaking to hear this coming from somebody. Yet we have ECOWAS leaders who claim they are in the interest of Africa. And all that they see to talk about is how well they are defending and protecting democracy. And democracy is collapsing and they have to work or act fast. Why do you need to act fast to defend a system that was given to you by your oppressors? Why do you cherish that? We have leaders in the democratic countries doing nothing, yet you are so much excited. This is unbelievable. The Africans in this 21st century, we are still where we are and people come here to take their resources. Then they are not hiding what they are doing to us. But ECOWAS, African Union will turn a blind eye to this and claim as if these things are happening because we are not in a democratic era, because that is how they are painting Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, forgetting that even when the democratic elected were there, we're still having this. And they'll find a way of creating these things. As long as they've said it, they'll create it in Senegal. So as we are busy tackling these things, they'll be busy carrying the resources, so we can never develop. This is a tactic they have been using on Africans, but unfortunately on their part, it's not working when it comes to Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, because they are still doing everything possible in their power to change the narrative in these countries. I am so sad. This is heartbreaking, and we need to wake up. So that's the latest around the world. And in France,